We're going to look at isolation of fungal material out of plant tissues. There are many different ways to do this. This is one method that has been a tried and true method for a long time and works very well. We've got 3 petri dishes here. These are sterilized. Right now they contain nothing. In them we are going to put alcohol, and in this particular case we're looking at about 70% alcohol in this plate, and we don't need a whole lot of it. We're just going to put in enough to get the bottom of it wet. In the second dish we are going to put bleach, but we dilute the bleach at the rate of 2 parts of water to 1 part of bleach. So in this case I'm going to take this tube that has water in it. I see where the full amount of water is, which is right about there. About half that distance down the tube is right about here. So I've made these 2 little marks on this. I am then going to empty this tube in here, and we fill it up about to the bottom line down here, which is halfway with bleach, and then we are going to add that material. Next, I am going to take sterile water, and I'm going to place sterile water in this recipient. Now, this is not deionized water, but rather it is just sterile water. I'm going to next select the material that we are going to isolate from. This is a leaf of barley that was inoculated with a fungus. You can see the little flecks that we want to isolate from, and that's what we will be using. We are going to take some of these lesions that are on this plant, and we are just going to cut them into little pieces like this. And I'm using a pair of scissors that has been cleaned, not necessarily sterilized, but they are clean. I am going to use the back of this petri dish, which again is sterilized. And next I'm going to take the little pieces that we got, and I'm going to add them to the alcohol. What the alcohol does is wet down the cuticular layer, and as it does that, it will allow for the sodium hypochlorite, or the bleach, to get in and penetrate into the tissue. I take these after letting them sit for 30 to 60 seconds, and I allow it to move in. Now, this is one of the fun parts that we see, because when I add these in, you can see that they spin around like crazy. And basically what this is, the tissue is got alcohol on the outside. The alcohol dissolves very quickly, and as the alcohol dissolves very quickly, it actually causes the force so that things spin around like that. Okay, and I always enjoy that part. After it has sat for about 60 seconds, I take the material and I place it in the sterile water. By placing it in the sterile water like this, it is going to dilute off any additional bleach that we have, and that is going to allow for bleach not to move into our culture media. Now I'm going to remove the other 2 parts. Here I'm going to bring my plate is a plate here, and this plate has culture media in it. The culture media that we are using in this particular case is potato dextrose agar. Works very well for the growth of fungi. I'm going to take my forceps and I am going to place them into alcohol, and then I'm going to run this very quickly through the flame here. That's going to ignite the alcohol, and as it does that, it is going to give a surface sterilization to the forceps. I then pick these up, I try to blot off the material, and then I take them and I stick them onto the potato dextrose agar. Blot it off very so gently, Place it on the potato dextrose agar. I want to put 4 or 5 pieces on this agar. I want to have them kind of spread out. And by spreading them out like that, that should allow for good growth without having material come in. And you can see that I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces in here. I then would take this, I would label it with the date, and today happens to be 4/10/2013. The material, in this particular case, this is barley. I then would incubate this for anywhere up to about a week. And during that time, we will come back occasionally and we will take a picture of this to see how it is looking or how it is coming out.